President Obama's recent comments that Israel should be very careful to make sure that it wages war in the most humane way possible is just one more reminder of how out of touch with reality Obama has been both in his presidency and since then. The objective fact is that if Israel is going to destroy Hamas, which it must do after the October 7th attack, which killed 1,400 Israelis, that's the equivalent of about 50,000 Americans. If we lost 50,000 Americans in one day, that's 17 times the death toll of 9/11. You think we'd want someone telling us now, be really careful and make sure you don't hurt anybody unnecessarily. But this is typical of Obama, whose red line in Syria collapsed, leaving the Syrian people abandoned, whose policy towards Iran strengthened the Iranian dictatorship, whose speech in Cairo blaming the United States for all the world's problems and apologizing for America. Again and again, Obama has illustrated both being out of touch with the real world and an anti-American bias that's quite remarkable in a former American president. Let's look at the facts. Hamas has been waging war against Israel from its very beginning. Hamas is very clear that not a single Jew will remain. That's a quote. Not a single Jew will remain. Hamas's entire charter is based on the annihilation of Israel. And Hamas recently planned methodically to rape, torture, kill, humiliate, engage in public displays designed to create terror and rage. When 40 babies are killed, many of them beheaded, and we're told now be really careful in your response, the Israelis are, of course, not going to go out of their way to hurt civilians. They're not going to engage in the kind of savagery that Hamas engaged in. But the Israelis are going to have to do whatever is necessary to methodically destroy Hamas. They've tried very hard now for weeks to tell the people of Gaza to leave. They've tried very hard to target with precision what they're firing at, what they're shelling, what they're dropping bombs on. And as we saw the other day, the other side, the terrorists, lie constantly. The terrorists themselves fired a missile which failed, and in failing, hit a hospital parking lot. Promptly, the terrorists blamed the Israelis. We now know for a certainty that it's a lie, that it didn't happen. And yet Congresswoman Tlaib continues to attack Israel for something it didn't do. And that's typical of what we're seeing from the left. And frankly, Barack Obama's advice that Israel has to be really, really careful, designed to intimidate, to slow down, and to create some kind of moral equality between the terrorists and civilization is exactly the wrong thing to do. If he can't be in favor of defeating terrorism, he could at least have the decency to say nothing. As we approach the Christmas season, I wanted to share with you my friend. This is Ellis the elephant. This actual elephant sits on my desk as a reminder. It is made in America. It's unique. It's a limited edition, and it's a lot of fun. We find that little kids in particular really like having Ellis because very comfortable. And Ellis is a very patriotic elephant. In fact, he goes with the 7 books that my wife Callista has written on American history as seen by this time-traveling elephant. So I think you'll find that if you're looking for your child or grandchild or a niece or a nephew, that this Christmas, the combination of the 7 history books about America told in a patriotic way with Ellis the elephant and an Ellis the elephant plush toy made in America, limited edition, I think you'll find that Ellis makes a great Christmas gift. And that's why I wanted to share my friend Ellis with you. You can order the Ellis the Elephant 7-book series and plush toy now by clicking on the link in the description below. My new book, March to the Majority, is now a bestseller and is available at Amazon and Barnes & Noble and retailers everywhere. Get it today by clicking on the link in the description below.